Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Inside the One podcast. I don't actually remember what episode this is. I think it's number 7. I'm not sure, but we're still here. We are consistent boys. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm good, guys. How you guys doing? I'm ready to talk about these draft
Yes,
winners and
sir.
losers. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, guys.
Yeah, man. So we have a couple things to talk about today, man. You guys know the deal. Last week we did our mock drafts, and we're kind of gonna, we could actually probably. Do you know how many picks we got right in the mock draft? It was probably like 5. We didn't do very well, but
It was like 5 or 6.
it was 5 or 6. It was
Wasn't
pretty
good.
bad, but the draft was crazy. And if you guys tuned into our live stream of the draft, by the way, you guys are legends. Thank you very much. That was a lot of fun, actually. And today, we're just going to talk about there's a couple of like NFL free agency things. Nothing too crazy. They're kind of significant players, though, to be honest, but nothing too crazy. And then we have the massive conversation that we have to talk about Aaron Rodgers and all that stuff that's going on right now, what we think is going to
Yes.
happen there. And then we're going to go into our winners and losers of the draft. We're not going to grade the draft because we think that A, it takes too long, and B, it's kind of impossible to grade a draft when we don't actually know how they play. So we're just going to go over who we think won and lost the draft. And that's it. So smash the like button, subscribe to both of us, links in the description, and let's do this. So the first signing that we have is somehow the Buccaneers kept Antonio Brown. I really thought there was a chance that he might go to the Ravens or something like that, but the Bucs brought back everybody, man. They actually brought back every single person. That's unbelievable.
So there's nobody even left to re-sign on the Buccaneers, right?
Yeah, how does this even happen? How do you not like name a team that has brought back every single person, every single one? They
After
didn't
the Super Bowl, it has never
Yeah.
happened.
Like, what's going on here? But yeah, that's big. They have weapons on weapons now. They drafted Kyle Trask, actually, which is funny. I think, you know what? If you're Kyle Trask, that's probably the best place you could go is Tampa Bay because
For real, yeah.
you're nowhere near good enough to start right now, but you get to learn from Tom Brady for 3 or 4 years and come in, kind of like Aaron Rodgers did with Brett Favre. Good situation, good for you. But yeah, I fully expect the Buccaneers to run a train on the NFC South, to be honest, next season. But maybe it's just
See.
me. You can do this one, Jet. This is all about your team.
Yes, I'm excited for this one, guys. So this one that happened today. We're recording this on Tuesday. The Ravens have finally signed, because he was visiting for a couple of days. We signed Alejandro Villanueva from the Steelers, outside tackle. Guys, I'm excited. I mean, he's a 2-time Pro Bowler that can play left or right. I mean, depending on how healthy Ronnie Stanley is on the left tackle, depending on how healthy he is, he might start for Ronnie. But the ideal situation is to have Ron on the left, Villanueva on the right, and then we'll go over the drafting a little bit. But basically, our line is stacked now. I'm really excited for us. I was a little concerned after losing Orlando, but I knew he wasn't really happy because he really wanted to play left tackle, and I get that. He wanted to follow his father's footsteps. I get that. But yeah, I mean, I'm just glad we finally filled the hole. Welcome to Baltimore, Villanueva. Thank you for coming. Appreciate that.
Yeah, kind of an L for the Steelers too, because their offensive line is a little bit suspect.
Yeah.
Najee Harris is going to be running behind some nonsense over there because Pouncey retired, right? So now you lost Villanueva, you lost Pouncey, but in the first round you drafted Najee Harris and not an offensive line. So it's kind of we'll see what happens. But yeah, we're just gonna jump right in. That nobody cares about any of that. Aaron Rodgers wants to leave the Packers, Jeff. He wants
Yeah.
out. He wants to GTFO up out of Green Bay. We've talked about this for what feels like a long time now in Discord, live streams and stuff. We've even mentioned it in the podcast in the past about like Aaron Rodgers being sus when it comes to
Yeah.
staying with the Green Bay Packers. We've been at the very end of the season, people were like, "Oh my God, he sounds like he wants to leave." In the post game press
We were talking
conference.
about
And
it for a while.
yeah, and we were all kind of like, "Well, bro, the media is just pulling some shit out of their ass, bro. He doesn't want. What are you talking about? He's Aaron Rodgers, not leaving the Packers. They just went to the championship game again. He's not leaving." Then it kind of dies down. You stop thinking about it. Then he goes on Jeopardy, and you're like, "Oh look, Aaron Rodgers." And now that he's on Jeopardy, he's in the media, and guess what happens? People start talking about it again.
Mm-hmm.
He gets interviewed on ESPN. He beats around the bush when it comes to, do you want to stay in Green Bay? He's kind of like, that's not in my control. That answer is BS.
Yeah.
And then Adam Schefter on draft day is just like, did I say Schefter? Adam
Schefter.
Schefter on draft day is just decides to drop a bomb and just take away anybody's care about the draft at all for about 4 hours, and said that Aaron Rodgers has told people that he does not want to play for the Packers anymore.
It's wild.
Ian Rappaport came up later that day and kind of was like, so, they tried to restructure Aaron Rodgers' contract instead of give him an extension. He wants an extension, which, by the way, would put him in Green Bay until he's like 43 years old. Not many teams want to do that. So I'm not necessarily blaming the Packers for that. However, it did come out that once that news was brought to their attention, they did offer an extension, and he still said no.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it seems like a lost cause, right? Like, what does he want? And then it comes out that it's the GM. If the GM gets fired, maybe he'll stay. I don't know. It's very strange.
Yeah. I mean, from the research that I was doing, it's like he wanted the extension. It was about the contract. Like, they wanted to restructure. He's like, no, I don't want to restructure. I just want an extension because it's probably more money in his pockets, I'm assuming. Right. But yeah, they finally offered an extension, and it just wasn't enough money. So it's just funny because, like, the story is that it's just like there's two sides of the coin right now. Like, I hear Rodgers saying that he doesn't want to go back to the Packers, and then I'm hearing, this is quote unquote from Matt LaFleur, quote unquote, yeah, I know, I can't even take my brain to that spot right now. So that's unquote. He can't even fathom Rodgers leaving. So it seems like, and then you got the GM, Brian Kuntekunst. I hope I'm saying that right. That was weird. Quote unquote, we're not going to trade Aaron. That's it. Done. So it seems like the team themselves, the coach, the GM, they have no intentions of trading him. But Aaron Rodgers clearly made, he wants out. He told Adam Schefter he wants out. I mean, and people are calling about him too. It's wild.
It is wild. It's crazy because it came out that the 49ers called like in the morning, and the Packers basically just hung up the phone. And I respect the 49ers. Hey, shoot your shot, bro. You never know. So they call, they get shut down, and then like 3 hours later, it comes out that he doesn't, like, that Aaron Rodgers is like, no, I actually don't want to be here. And so I just wonder what the package they offered was, because I wonder if it was like really good. But
this was before the whole Justin Fields thing, right?
Yeah, and one of those. The thing is, like, even a draft day trade of Aaron Rodgers was never even possible, bro, because like it costs you $17 million extra if you trade him right now as opposed to waiting until June 1st. Same thing with Julio Jones. Those guys aren't going anywhere until June 1st. It makes no sense. You are the worst franchise in the world if you trade one of those guys before June 1st. You're actually stupid. So we have to wait. And then you just start thinking like damn, like what teams are going to be calling? Because like John Lynch, you have a quote here from John Lynch talking about when the MVP of the league might be available, and I didn't know that. I'm just reading the tea leaves like everybody else and saying, hold on, there's something going on here. So they inquired. That was before this news came out. That was the draft day thing. But a lot of teams are going to call. There's reports that he wants to play out west, Denver, Las Vegas, California, whatever. But everybody's going to call.
Yeah.
And it's just very interesting what's going to happen here. I am going to predict that it's going to be the Raiders, but at the same time, they haven't been making very good moves. So I'm not sure if they even have what it takes to even pull that off, to be honest with you.
Well,
I just don't want to be the Broncos.
Yeah, exactly. I like how you said, like, every time the Broncos, they'll suck for like 5 years at a time, and then an MVP quarterback comes in there and they go win a Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Peyton Manning.
You don't deserve that.
So just the fact that it seems like something the Broncos would do is sign him just so they can win a Super Bowl and then be irrelevant for the next 5 years after that. So
yeah, exactly.
It makes total sense.
They probably will. I mean, look, they didn't draft a quarterback, did they, guys? I'm just saying. If you have Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock and Justin Fields is sitting right there and Mac Jones is sitting right there, you would pick one of them, unless you thought you had a chance to get Aaron Rodgers instead. So that's something to think about. It's also kind of crazy, and you brought this up to my attention before, but every legend that plays for the Packers plays exactly 16 years in dips.
Yep.
Like Bart Starr played 16 years, Brett Favre played 16 and asked for a trade, and Aaron Rodgers played 16 and is now possibly asking for a trade. I find that to be kind of weird. Like, what are the odds?
It's like after that 16th season, it's just like some type of voodoo just comes over the Packers, and they just want to leave.
Yeah, Brett Favre was like, okay, y'all are pressuring me with this kid sitting behind me just to get me out of here and start him. And now Aaron Rodgers is like, I hate y'all. That's it. I just hate you.
And it's
It's
crazy because like
it's
there's
just
never
crazy.
been an NFL MVP traded after winning the MVP. They've never been traded like they would retire like Jim Brown, Norm Van Brocklin from the 1960s. Like they won the MVP and just retired. But we've never seen a guy win the MVP and then go to a different team immediately after that. We've never seen
And
it.
by the way, did you see that he would contemplate retirement if the Packers refused to trade him?
I saw that.
I mean,
I don't.
this guy is very serious about not wanting to play here anymore. It's like, fine, don't trade me. I'll just retire. I don't care. I have hundreds of millions of dollars. I got a Jeopardy gig. I'm good. I
So
don't
it's
care.
almost like
He seems to be fine with one championship. He just doesn't want to play for the Packers anymore. That's it. That's crazy.
it's like an ultimatum to the Packers. It's like it's either you trade me or I'm retiring. Either way, I'm not playing
Right.
for you guys next year.
I'm not playing for you guys. Yeah,
It's wild.
But then, like I said, it came out that it was like he said he may reconsider. It's mostly this Gutenkirst GM guy that he doesn't like. So it's interesting. And then what do? They go and draft a corner in the first round. You'd love to see it.
We'll talk about
But
that.
but yeah, it's just interesting. It's really the landscape. I'm just thinking about the NFL, man. We've had so much quarterback movement in the last 2 years, and we still have Aaron Rodgers wanting to dip.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about this later, but we more than certainly are going to have Russell Wilson wanting to dip after this season as well.
Mhm.
And
We're
so
gonna
the
get to that
whole
in a minute.
landscape of the NFL is just going to shift majorly in one whole season. Like somebody's going to have more than likely is going to trade for Aaron Rodgers, albeit the Broncos. By the way, if the Broncos get Aaron Rodgers, as much as I hate the Broncos, that team's going to the Super Bowl. Or at least the AFC Championship game. The Chiefs are still pretty goddamn good, but they're going. Okay? And because they still have Von Miller and all of them defense, they have 18 cornerbacks. They just drafted another one. They have safeties. They have receivers. They have everything over there. So that seems terrifying. And then if Russell Wilson gets traded, I mean, look at the teams that were on his list. The Bears won't be on there anymore, but you got the Saints on there. You got the I think he's going to ultimately have the Eagles on there, and I can't remember the other team. I forget. Was it the Raiders again?
Uh, it might have been
I
the
don't even
Raiders.
remember. I don't even remember. But
Can't
either way, craziness, bro. Crazy.
It's just crazy
But
because like Aaron Rodgers last year in like literally this month in 2020, like his entire position has changed from since then. He literally said that his sincere desire is to start and finish with the same organization, but it may not be a reality. And he's said that to reporters. He's been on Pat McAfee all season, like the entire season of 2020. He was on that show every single week, and like you can kind of see him throughout the season talk about how like, okay, I'm feeling good about being the Packers quarterback. I'm feeling good. Okay, week 5, maybe I'm not feeling so good. I don't know. And then by the end of the season, he's like, all right, well, I mean, I have no control over my contract. I mean, it is what it is.
I think it had to be whatever negotiations went down about this restructure extension thing. I mean, because he seems to be targeting the GM specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I have to imagine that he was just extremely disrespected by whatever offer they gave him for that. That's the only thing I can think of for him to switch that quickly. Because you're right, he seemed kind of like not 100% committed, but it never really felt like he was actually going to want out until now.
It's like flip the switch.
And by the way, for anybody that thinks that Aaron Rodgers is greedy, I want you to understand something. When you extend somebody's contract, you also, for the most part, throw in a restructure, and it saves cap for now. So Aaron Rodgers wasn't just sitting here trying to screw his team over. Okay, you were still going to save cap this season with the extension of Aaron Rodgers. He just wanted a longer-term commitment. That was it. So don't blame him for being greedy. I've seen people saying that on Twitter and stuff like, oh, he doesn't want to help the team with a restructure. Yes, he does, but he wants more years added to the end as well. Just throwing that out there as well.
Crazy.
No slander allowed. But he got to go win the championship, though, because at a certain point, like, arm talent is great and everything, but I sit here and deal with Drew Brees slander on a daily basis about only having one championship and a bunch of playoff losses. And the same people want to tell me that Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback of all time, so something got to give.
Imagine he leaves this offseason,
If he retire-
goes to another
if he
season and
retire-
wins the Super Bowl
Go
immediately.
ahead. Yeah, exactly. Then, like Tom Brady, exactly. But if he retires right now, where does he stand all time for you, do you think?
If he retires right now,
he doesn't crack top 5 for me if he retires right now. He's wherever Drew Brees is at, or Aaron Rodgers is right there next to him. There's no way you can convince me otherwise. I don't care what anybody says, bro.
For sure. I don't know about top 5 though.
Yeah, top 10 for sure. Like you can't. Like stats matter, guys. It's not like everybody wants to say that Drew Brees' stats don't matter because he only has one championship. Well, if Aaron Rodgers has less stats and also one championship, how is he better than Drew Brees? Just because he looks better when he plays, it makes no sense. Well, he has more talent. Well, so what? He didn't get the stats and he didn't get the wins. So what are we talking about here? What does the talent even mean? It doesn't mean anything if you can't win.
It's like the flip of Julian Edelman. Like, he has all the championships, but, like, where's the stats?
Right. Like, Julian Edelman is better than Calvin Johnson because Calvin Johnson doesn't have a championship. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, it's got to be an even mix. Mm-hmm. And when you have the same number of championships and less... now, he does have 2 MVP awards. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like... every time he won MVP, Drew Brees was, like, number 2. Not this year, but the first time... Drew Brees was like 1 vote away from beating him in MVP. So it's like, I don't know. I could see the argument there with the MVPs, but to me, championships mean more than that, especially when you've been to the NFC Championship 3 fucking times and lost all 3 of them after your Super Bowl win. Drew Brees only got there 1 more time because for 6 years they couldn't build a defense for him, and when they finally did, his arm was shot. So it is what it is. It's just an interesting... I just did not see that coming at all on draft day. That was really out of the blue.
I don't know. Speaking of out of the blue, Tim Tebow is now relevant in the NFL again, guys. He actually reached out to the Jaguars and requested a tryout at the tight end position. I mean, this is a move that was thought to save his NFL career back, when he was actually playing. And people wanted him to make that transition. He could have been the Taysom Hill before Taysom Hill became Taysom Hill. Yep. So it's just crazy how he might come back to the NFL after all these years. I mean, he's still in pretty good shape. I mean, he's 33 years old. He could, imagine a pass from Trevor Lawrence to Tim Tebow. Like, I'm here for it. But, it's just interesting how Tim Tebow is becoming a thing now.
I think it's only a thing for the Jags, though, with Urban Meyer. But the problem is they just drafted the tight end, so that makes me feel like it's not going to happen. But
I never know.
It doesn't mean we can't talk about it because, like you said, I think he's been watching and he sees Taysom Hill and he's just like, damn it, man. Should have listened to everybody. Because he was really, really ignorant about being a quarterback. Like, I am a quarterback. And the NFL kept telling him, no, you're not. And he ended up getting washed out. And it's like, bro, just, I get it. You wanted to be a quarterback. You won with the Broncos. You thought you proved yourself, and you kind of got shit on after that. But it is what it is. You ended your own career, basically. And then you went to go play baseball, which you also did okay at, but not great. And now you're 33 years old, and you're trying to come back as the position that you should have been at when you were 25. And it's kind of like, what are you going to get a sign on and be relevant for like a year and a half? I don't know.
It's just interesting, I thought, to put in there. I just wanted to, put it in.
Yeah, because he would have been a fantastic, tight end, fullback thing.
Back then.
Like you say, and then you can come in and throw, wildcat, all that stuff like Taysom Hill does. And then when you're in that situation, dude, you can just play quarterback. If your quarterback gets hurt, you can be a backup. It's okay. Taysom Hill made $12 million this year, my guy. He didn't even start. He did start, but he got the contract before he even ever started the game at quarterback. Just because he can do other stuff. It's okay to not be good enough at what you want to do and pick something else. It's okay, guys. Take that life lesson. If your coach tells you to play a different position, think long and hard about it.
Yeah.
So we got some...
while we're on the Broncos, yeah. Go ahead.
Broncos, yeah. Juwan James tore his Achilles. Now, this is... unfortunate because when they drafted Patrick Surtain, people were like, well, why didn't you draft an offensive lineman or Justin Fields? And now one of their top offensive linemen just blew his ankle out. And what makes it even worse is that he was working out off campus, which means that they can void his entire contract. Yeah. So that's an oof.
That hurts.
That is a big, big oof. But you know what? If you get Aaron Rodgers, nobody cares. So then we had a bunch of fifth year options that were picked up from.
I kind of mixed them in, so some of them were not picked up. I just kind of threw them in here.
Oh, okay, got you. So we got 5th round option stuff. Kind of scrolling through real quick. One that we have missing here is our good friend Marcus Davenport.
Okay.
Ooh, go Saints, go! We picked up our fifth year option on Marcus Davenport and still drafted the defensive end. Holy shit! Anyways, the Bengals are not picking it up on Billy Price. The Colts did pick it up on Quentin Nelson, of course. The Giants, of course, picked it up on Saquon Barkley. The Panthers did it for DJ Moore, which, by the way, the Panthers receiving core is looking really nice right now.
Yeah, scary.
The Ravens obviously picked up their Lamar Jackson, which is $23.1 million. Woo! Sheesh!
Big old 5th year.
Big old 5th year. God damn, they got to get that extension done, though. God damn.
Yeah.
Titans are not exercising Rashawn Evans. Falcons are not doing Hayden Hurst, obviously. They got Kyle Pitts now. They did pick up Calvin Ridley, though. And the Cowboys they're not picking up Leighton Vander Esch, really?
Not. Well, they said that they're going to try to sign him before the current deal expires in 2022. So they're hoping to sign him, just not exercising this 5th year option for him.
I just feel like that's weird. Like signing the 5th year option gives you a whole nother year to figure out the extension. That's very strange.
Get him thinking as well. Like, well, maybe they're not serious about me.
Well, it's a team option. He has no choice in the matter.
Okay, all right.
Fair. But that's really weird. But anyways, we mentioned this earlier, but the Broncos traded for Teddy Bridgewater. I mean,
6th round pick.
For a 6th round pick. So he went from starting and going 6-0 for this. This is how good Sean Payton is. He went 6-0 with the Saints, or maybe it was 5-0. I can't remember. He went undefeated with the Saints.
Yeah.
He got $95 million from the Panthers as a free agent. Played like shit, and just got traded for a 6th round pick.
And the Panthers are still paying Teddy to be on the Broncos for a little bit.
So, poor Teddy, man. That's what you get for leaving Sean Payton, quarterback university. They tried to re-sign him, and he was like, "There's more money over here. All right, well, have fun getting traded around." But he's going to get traded again. He's going to get traded again to go be the backup to Jordan Love in Green Bay when they trade for Aaron Rodgers. I promise you that. So get absolutely wrecked, poor guy. Teddy two gloves.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for all the NFL stuff. Nothing too crazy. The Aaron Rodgers thing is still like, wow, I can't wait for more updates to come out on that as time.
Yeah.
I mean, if he gets traded, that's going to be an entire podcast episode just on that.
Yeah, screw whatever else is happening.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
Like, damn, like we weren't even supposed to do anything else today besides draft stuff, but the Aaron Rodgers thing was like, come on. But we're going to move on to our NFL draft, man. We put together a list of 5 winners and 5 losers. We threw in some honorable mentions there. I think we just go over the winners first.
Winners first.
So we'll kind of go through there. No particular order here, guys, by the way. Just 5 winners, 5 losers. Obviously, we can't predict how the draft's actually going to pan out. But just based on like team needs and like value at certain picks, you can kind of get a gist of who did well and who didn't. And so our first winner that we have on the list is actually Jeff's Ravens. So I'll actually go ahead and let you take the. Well, I'll say my piece real quick. They needed a wide receiver. They got who I think is one of the best ones in there. He's just because he's not, guys. People care way too much about being fast. Stop. Guy has crazy hands. Michael Thomas ain't fast. DeAndre Hopkins not lightning quick. Julio Jones ain't not lightning fast anymore. Devontae Adams is not lightning fast. You don't have to be fast. Just be good. He's good. And yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, guys, I'm excited. As a Ravens fan, like, we met every single one of our needs. I mean, just going into it in a little bit more detail, like, I know Bateman, obviously, I called it pick for pick. At least the first 2 picks, I got him right. I guess the only thing that concerns me is just, well, it was Jason Away. Now he changed his name to Odafe Away. So have fun saying that, guys.
Why?
That's his actual first name. But Jason is his middle name. So I guess it was just easier for people to say. But Odafe is his real first name. So that's what he's going to be going by in the NFL. Just so you guys know. But anyway, so he had 7 games without a sack. Okay, so it's just like that last season that he just had, like, that concerns me, but I feel like that's just he's got the speed to make up for it. He's fast. He's a speed guy. I just think he's gonna get there. Just in general, this I see nothing but value at every single pick. I mean, we needed Bateman. That was obviously like the no brainer there. We got away. Ben Cleveland, he is the literal definition of Baltimore smash mouth downhill running guard. Like, he's just a big guy that's going to get in your face and push, 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 and then you're going to see J.K. and Lamar running at you right behind him. So he's just a guy that you're going to want to see, not going to want to see. And then I like Tylan Wallace and Sean Wade. Those two guys I think are really good for their picks. Number 131 and 160. Sean Wade was supposed to be a first overall pick, guys. First round pick. Something about he had a really bad season last season. He was supposed to, I think he was going to enter the draft a year earlier, and then he played that last season, and then he kind of got torched by all these name quality guys that are actually competitive guys, and it kind of tanked his value at draft. So it's just like, I get it, I get that he's just not, but I mean, coaching that could help. But I mean, it is what it is. I just see nothing but value. Of course, I always think it's an A, but Bleacher Report, NFL gave him an A as well. So let's go Ravens.
Yeah, man. Did what they were supposed to do. All of these positions. Oh my gosh! All these positions are holes. So when you have holes, you fill them.
Mm-hmm.
We got some. Who's the next winner? We got the. Oh yeah, dude. Okay, so I said it's no particular order, but the Browns are definitely the best winner in the draft, in my opinion.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ, they got Greg Newsome at 26. He's like, he could be the best corner in the whole thing. We don't know, but I thought he was way better than 26. And then my man JOK, I guess, had a heart problem or something like that was brought up. And so he tanked all the way down to 52, and the Browns got him too. And so it's like, guys, he's a second-round pick now, so even if he's not good, nobody cares. So you get a flyer on JOK. He could be an absolute stud, and you got the steal of the century, or he's just a bum, and nobody cares. And then you drafted Anthony Schwartz, who I've read is potentially the fastest receiver in the NFL now. He has like a 4.28 40 time, or some crazy 40 time.
Tyreek Hill and Scotty Miller will have something to say about that, but yeah.
Yeah, and then they hit some offensive line, which they don't really need, but defensive tackles. I mean, then they drafted Demetric Felton at 211. Like, he was, I swore he was in the hundreds in like a bunch of the big board stuff. So I don't know. Those first three picks, I think, were all three monster dubs, and that's why they get an A++ for me.
Absolutely, me too.
And they're just going to be a huge problem in that
AFC
division,
North is just going to be. You don't want to come to the North, guys. I promise. It's going to be nasty.
Who's next? Let's see. Scrolling. Chiefs.
The fact that they're a winner in our book after trading their first pick away to the Ravens to get Orlando Brown, and they still come out as a winner. Good job. I mean, their first three picks alone were really good. I mean, Nick Bolton, Creed Humphrey. Some people had him going in the first round, so he could be a first-round talent. And then I like Josh Kando. I did some research on him from Florida State. A lot of good picks, guys. And then Clemson wide receiver Cornell Powell. I just know that's a really good value for a 181. I mean, you could probably talk more about college because, I mean, that's probably my weakness as an NFL fan. But, I mean, from what I did some research on, a lot of value at every single pick they had here.
Yeah, I mean, they've Creed Humphrey. I mean, they're off. Patrick Mahomes was running for his life in the Super Bowl, and they beefed the whole fucking offensive line in the offseason. That's what we were supposed to do. Nick Bolton starts right away at linebacker, and then you just fill in your depth the rest of the way. Definitely a W draft. Same division, the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
They get a winner from us as well. For a lot of the same reasons. I mean, their offensive line beef this offseason has been outrageous, and Rashawn Slater fell all the way to them. There was a point in the draft where teams were trying to trade up ahead of the Patriots to potentially get Mac Jones, and the Chargers said hell no because they saw Rashawn Slater sitting there. So that's a huge steal for them. And then first round talent corner falls all the way to 47 with Asante Samuel Jr. That's another W. They have a good secondary now. And then you just, you get another wide receiver from Tennessee, you get some tight end, you get some more depth, but those most of the time what you do in the first 2 or 3 rounds dictates if you win or lose. And I just see Rashawn Slater at 13 I think is such a W.
It is.
And Asante Samuel Jr. at 47, that's way too low. That is way too low. I was worried that he wouldn't be there at 28. So good for them. And now we have another major winner, I think, and that's the Dolphins.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Dolphins killed it.
It's just funny to me how, like, Justin Herbert and Tua from the same draft class are just getting loaded up. Like, these guys are just having great drafts. Dolphins get Jalen Waddle. Like, at number 6, I could have sworn at every single mock draft that I ever saw, and including my own, Devonta Smith was ahead of Jalen Waddle. To my surprise, he gets drafted ahead of Smith, and, I heard this kid's nothing but speed. That's why he's so high. And then they got Jalen Phillips, Javon Holland, who, there's just all these guys are such good values at each pick. And then they got Hunter Long, who could be a replacement maybe for Hunter Henry. I mean, same first name. Maybe there was like, oh, what's the difference? But, offensive line. I see a lot of offensive line plugs here. Liam Eichenberg and Larnell Coleman. Dolphins, man. Watch out, guys.
Eichenberg is a stud. We all know Notre Dame offensive linemen are some men in the NFL. So, listen, they had 4 picks in the top 42, and they cashed in. Shout out to the Texans. It is what it is. Jalen Waddle, that's the guy they wanted. He's got the Tua connection. And then just everything they did there is so nice. It was hard for them to lose on this draft with how many picks they were blessed with from Houston.
For real.
But, they just did a good job. And speaking of Houston, that's going to be our first loser. And honestly, for no other reason than the fact that 2 years ago they traded these picks away. Like, they didn't necessarily do anything wrong here. I don't know if I like Davis Mills.
Well, can we talk about that first pick though?
Yeah, Davis Mills. They have 8 quarterbacks on the roster now. Like, I think you would have been okay with Tyrod Taylor for a year and find a quarterback late. That I don't know about Davis Mills, but
what an L.
Just not having your first and second round pick.
My God,
is just horrendous. This Nico Collins is a good receiver, but this draft is hideous.
It's ugly.
Ugly, ugly, ugly. Good job, Houston. Way to go. Houston, we have a problem.
Second loser.
Yeah, go ahead. Second loser.
I like this one because I did the team for a little bit, but Broncos was definitely a loser for us. Nothing against Patrick Surtain. We like him. We do. We really do. But it's just the fact that they did not need a cornerback. They don't really need any secondary if you guys think about it. You just got Kyle Fuller from the Bears, and then you still got Justin Simmons, and just I think they got Ronald Darby recently. So it's just like, you're good, man. You're good on the safeties or corners.
Bryce Callahan too.
Yeah, Bryce Callahan. Yeah, he's good. Team of the year and Mutt. So it's just like, I don't understand why they went here. Was it to spite another team? I don't get it. And then they went with a running back. I'm hoping to say his name right. Javonte Williams, at number 35. Did you not just go get Melvin Gordon like the year before that? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the Broncos right now. I don't know.
It's crazy. What's crazy is they had 86 draft picks. Look at all these picks they had. Oh my God.
And they almost blew every single one of them.
Yeah, I like Javonte Williams though, but the main reason for me that they're on this loser list is bro, you got Teddy Bridgewater. You chose to trade for Teddy Bridgewater instead of drafting Justin Fields. Can somebody explain that to me in the comments section, please? What was the thought process of drafting? Is Surtain good? Yes. Could he be a great NFL player? Absolutely. But you already have you have 2 outstanding corners in Fuller and Callahan. You have another good one with Darby. Why did you need this? You need a quarterback, bro. If you don't get Aaron Rodgers this He was right. You had two. You had Justin Fields and Mac Jones right there. Not to mention you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 other picks, and I don't see no quarterbacks on there either. Can somebody explain that to me? Seriously. Drew Lock has obviously, like, you just traded for Teddy Bridgewater, so you don't believe in Drew Lock. Teddy Bridgewater, bro? Are you kidding me? If he couldn't get it done with the Panthers, I'm sorry, he's not going to get it done with the Broncos either. There's no way. And you had Justin Fields, who could be a stud. And you had Mac Jones, and you chose to rock with Teddy Bridgewater so you could draft a 26th corner for your roster. It makes no sense at all.
They lost on multiple levels.
Then in the second round, you could have got Kyle Trask. You didn't. In the third round, you could have got Davis Mills or Kellen Mond. You didn't.
Book.
You could have got Ian Book. You didn't. You didn't draft a single one. It makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
I thought quarterback was their biggest need. I really did. One of them. And they didn't even. Oh my gosh!
Did they even draft a single? I don't think they even drafted a single one.
No, they didn't. No,
not even in the late rounds. Yeah, that's
not a single one.
I see 30 different secondary positions though. Anyway, Packers, our next loser. Has nothing to do with the Aaron Rodgers thing. It's just, it's like they don't even listen to Aaron though. Like, he's made it known that, guys, I need wide receivers. Guys, I need wide receivers. Guys, I need wide receivers. I like Eric Stokes because, I mean, Kevin King has been such a question mark for the Packers.
But Eric Stokes not getting burned by fucking Scotty Miller, that's for sure. That literal pick was because of Scotty Miller. I promise you it was.
Yeah.
Eric Stokes runs a 4.28 or something like that. He is not getting cooked by Scotty Miller.
That's true. And I understand you guys got Amari Rodgers. I understand that at 85. But I'm just saying, like, I did not. I mean, didn't you guys just lose Corey Linsley? And I mean, it's just, I thought there was bigger needs. And in my eyes, like, yeah, you have Aaron Rodgers. You don't need the best wide receivers. He kind of makes the wide receivers who they are, and I get that. But I mean, you couldn't have helped him out a little bit more. I mean, I see, like, your first offensive lineman was Royce Newman, and pick number 142?
No, they got Josh Myers at 62.
Josh Myers 60. Okay, center. I'm sorry about that. But I'm just, you waited that long to do, I don't know. I mean, I just don't think corner would have been my first pick if I'm the Packers. Would have been for you?
I probably not. And honestly, I'm not sure that I'd take Eric Stokes. I did not have Eric Stokes over, like, Asante Samuel Jr. either.
Yeah, I mean, he was
So I'm not even sure he was the best corner that was left. There was another one, too. I can't remember his name, from Kentucky. I can't remember his name, but he was also above Eric Stokes for me. So it's kind of like, I don't know, man. I have him on the loser list a little bit because of Aaron Rodgers, though, just saying. Because they just,
I mean, sure. I'm trying not to factor him in 100%, though.
But the Packers are the least loser of our loser list, though. Just to be clear to all the Packers fans watching this, they're nowhere near the Texans or any of these other people. Like, they were almost an honorable mention. Let's just say that. It's not that bad. It's just they did not do great. You know who did do really bad though? Oh god damn it.
The Raiders, City. Man. Reach City.
The only good pick the Raiders got was Trevin Moore at 43. That's a value steal for me, but everything else, I mean, Alex Leatherwood, are you fucking kidding me? Have y'all lost your goddamn mind? Is it just because he played for Alabama? Is that why you saw Alabama and you were just like, select? Like, what are we doing here? There was like 5 linemen better than him on the board. At least 3 of them were tackles, and you chose Alex Leatherwood. I mean, that was the most shocking pick of the whole first round. And I'm a Saints fan. That was the most shocking one. I couldn't believe that. I didn't even know that he was on the radar for the first round. Yeah, Trevon is a great pick at 43. The rest of the guys, I'm trying to look and see if anything pops. It just really doesn't stand out.
I don't really see anything.
Yeah. Morig really is the only guy that is
worth that pick. That value.
He's the only good value on there, exactly. I'm surprised he was there. That's actually a low-key steal, but everything else on there is really not good value at all.
That was a rough one. We'll just we'll move on from that one. We have one more loser, and the Seahawks for a very obvious reason.
Bro, you only had 3 picks, and you waited. Okay, let me just. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna get real close to the camera right now.
About to go in.
Y'all had 3 picks. Your franchise quarterback requested one fucking thing from you, and that's to fix the offensive line. Let me look. You waited until 208 to pick an offensive lineman, bro. You picked another wide receiver. You have DK and Tyler Lockett already. You drafted a cornerback, kind of a need.
Yes.
But it's not. Russell Wilson's out of there. But I guarantee you, next offseason, Russell Wilson is pulling Aaron Rodgers and he's out. There's not a single chance that he's happy with this. He's looking at Dwayne Eskridge like, are you fucking kidding me? Is he fast? Yeah. Is he good? Sure. You know who else is fast? DK and Tyler Lockett. We don't need this. You needed an offensive line. You didn't pick one until 208. I can't believe it.
Yeah, that was a rough one. That was an obvious loser for us, but
yes,
Russell's pissed.
I cannot believe that. 208, bro. Not even with your second one at 137. You waited till 208. If they would have drafted offensive line at 137, they probably wouldn't be on here. But you waited till 208, bro? That guy's not going to play ever.
And since you're on a roll right now, I'll let you do the honorable loser. And just go ahead. Take the floor. Go ahead.
We put them on here because they're on here because I wanted to talk about it. Okay? Yeah. I don't really know if this is a win or a lose because they drafted a bunch of fucking guys that nobody knows. So we're going to have to wait and find out.
Well,
but
I know one.
First of all, number 28, okay? I mean, I need to understand. Okay, is Peyton Turner a good football player? Yes, he is. Is he going to have a good NFL career? He might. But I have 2 problems with this. Number 1, we have one starting cornerback on our team. They have Chauncey playing nickel corner, but he's like a safety hybrid thing. We have one corner on our team, Marshawn Lattimore, and he might go to jail. We have one good linebacker, Demario Davis. We have one solidly, we know for a fact that he's good wide receiver, and Michael Thomas. The rest of the guys are unknowns. Do you know what we do have? We have Pro Bowler Cam Jordan and the guy we traded 18 draft picks for, and Marcus Davenport. So what did we do? We looked at our team needs and we decided that defensive end was worthy of our first round pick. And everybody's like, oh, well, Marcus Davenport is trash. So that's why. So you're telling me that the guy that we reached for in 2018 is trash, and you're satisfied that we reached again for the same fucking spot on the field?
It's almost like deja vu.
How'd that work out last time? Yeah, exactly. What makes any Saints fan think this is a good idea when it already failed last time and we had way more needs on the team? Guess what they did? They addressed the needs later on. And in the second round, I swear to God, you only had to trade up 8 spots to get Owusu Koramoah, bro. 8 spots. It couldn't have been that much. It would have been, look at all the teams that moved up. It was like you could get a second round pick for a 4th round pick this year, a 4th round pick next year. That's what teams were giving away. We drafted Pete Werner, bro. Do you know what I saw when I was reading through some other people's, yes, exactly, some other people's draft reviews and stuff like that? They said, oh, well, he might be able to play on special teams. Second round, number 60, we drafted special teams. If Quan Alexander re-signs with the Saints, this guy's not seeing the field. In the second round, we could have had JOK. We could have traded up a little bit for Asante Samuel Jr. The goddamn Panthers came in and sniped Terrace Marshall Jr., who I think is who we actually wanted to pick here, to be honest. But, damn it. And then all of a sudden, the draft turned around, bro. The Saints always do this, man. After the first couple rounds, they have an epiphany of how to draft people. And it all comes full circle. All of a sudden, you draft Paulson Adebo, who was a first-round prospect last year, but opted out for COVID this year, and dropped. Nice. You draft Ian Book, who I actually like. I watch Notre Dame football every week. I like Ian Book. I think he fits the Saints scheme. You know, it's fourth round. If he sucks, he sucks. If he's good, it's a steal. You know, why not? Why not draft a quarterback there? We don't know if we're going to be able to afford our quarterbacks next season because if you don't know, you thought the cap situation was bad this year, wait till you see next year because we restructured all of our shit into next year. So good luck with that. Then we draft Landon Young, which we didn't need at all. And I like Juwan Baker. I don't know why we waited until 255 to grab a wide receiver when our number 2 wide receiver is Marquez Callaway. But, you know, it is what it is. I guess we believe in what we have in-house at wide receiver, and that's fine. But, God damn it, Peyton Turner, if you're not good, bro. And when I mean good, I mean this Peyton Turner better be in the Pro Bowl, like, within the next 3 years. I'm not even joking. Otherwise, I'm pissed. I'm super pissed. And Pete Werner, fuck off. That was the worst one. I've come to grips with Peyton Turner. I really have. I've come to grips with him. He's 6'6". He's massive. He might actually be really good. You could probably play him inside at defensive tackle and have all 3 of them. Davenport, Peyton Turner, and Cam Jordan. That might be nice. I might like that. But Pete Werner, oh my God. I'm done.
All right.
That's enough.
Guys, if you don't know.
I want to say one more thing. We actually killed it with undrafted, though.
Yeah, we did. If you guys don't know, I get like a certain level of satisfaction of Spitz just like hammering away at things. It's just funny.
I'm realistic, bro. I'm unbiased. You're never gonna see me just like everything because it's the Saints, bro. I'm the only Saints fan in the world that doesn't blame the referees for losing to the Rams. That's been said multiple times in Discord, in streams. You'll see it all the time. I am not a biased fan at all. I'm a Notre Dame homer, but I'm not going to sit here and say Ian Book is the next Drew Brees. I'm not. He might be. He might be trash. I don't fucking know. It's a 4th-round quarterback. You'd never know. Dak Prescott's really goddamn good, but 95% of the other 4th-round quarterbacks that get drafted are buns. You just never know. Yeah. But what I do know is I hate Pete Werner. I hate his face. I hate everything about him. He could make the Pro Bowl next year, and I'm still mad.
Whew. A lot of hate in that. We'll move on. We'll give you a break. We'll actually talk about the team that you also maintain on Madden, the Bengals. We have them as an honorable mention, just because I see nothing but value at each of these picks. I mean, besides the questionable Clemson, Carmen. That's the only one that I see like that could be like a questionable. Like there was so many other offensive linemen at that position that I saw in mock drafts that were much higher than this guy. But we guys went with Carmen, so it's just like I'm not sure. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like, okay, we don't know if Peyton Turner is going to be that good. You got to trust your front office. This is another one of the situations where you got to trust your front office. We'll see what he actually does. Because if this pick actually turns out, good for them, the Bengals could actually be really good. And then I think this was a personal steal for the Bengals. Joseph Asai. I think that was a steal for the 3rd pick. Yeah. And then obviously they went with Jamar Chase, who reunites with Joe Burrow from LSU. But there's much more to talk about here.
Joseph Asai is huge for Trey Hendrickson, too, because now he's not going to be like the only talented guy on the defensive line. Guys, the only reason they're honorable mention and not just a straight up winner is because we have to wait and see. We're not sure. Like if the offensive line is okay without Penei Sewell, then this is a fat fucking dub of a draft right here. That's as simple as that. Everybody's kind of waiting to see, like, did the Bengals do enough on offensive line to warrant picking a wide receiver instead of a lineman at number 5? That's it. Because everything else here, like Jackson Carman, I get what you're saying. I think they liked his ability to move into a guard position. I think that's why they picked him there. I'm not really sure.
He's flexible. He can move to different people. Yeah.
Then they drafted 2 defensive ends back to back, and then
they have 3 defensive ends in this draft. I just want to point that out.
Yes, and you know why? It's because they had the worst run D in the world last year, and they're stopping that right now. They lost Geno Atkins, drafted Tyler Shelvin. I like that. They got another offensive lineman again in at 139. Look at all these draft picks they had. They got a kicker. Their kicking has been terrible. They got a kicker, the best one in the country. They showed the offensive line again. Some depth at center with Trey Hill. Depth at running back with Chris Evans, which I think is a good value that late at 202. I think they did really good. The only reason we didn't put him as a winner is because it's really hard to put him as a winner because it's like they could just as well be a loser if their offensive line sucks. So they're kind of like teetering. So we just put them as honorable.
And then we'll talk about the other team that, Penei Sewell actually fell to, the Lions. So this was an honorable mention, for me at least, just because
just from that,
Penei fell this far.
Yeah.
And then I do like the USC wide receiver that they got, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, they just sat there and just watched this draft, and they probably had, let's see, they were number 7. They probably had Devontae Smith's phone number dialed into their phone, ready to call him when their pick came up. And then they looked up and they were like, "Excuse me?
Wait a minute."
And they changed that shit real quick. Yeah, because, I don't think, there was a couple of mock drafts that had Penei falling to like 8 at Carolina, but I just didn't think that was possible. I thought for sure it was the Bengals or the Dolphins.
Yeah, me too.
Or even the Falcons. Like, I was like, the Lions, none of these other picks matter. Like, I don't care about any of this. They got Penei Sewell at 7.
I think we maybe have one more honorable mention.
Yes, one more. We have the Jets.
Yeah, there it is.
And listen, the Jets did good. Obviously, they get Zach Wilson. That was their guy. For a team that failed to get the number 1 pick, they did well. They got Wilson. Then they traded up into 14, like we talked about earlier, to get Vera Tucker. That's a nice move. And then they drafted Elijah Moore in the that's the second round. So they had a really, really good first 3 picks there to kind of rejuvenate that offense a little bit, because they don't have really that many weapons for Wilson to throw to. So,
but
they drafted 3 safeties. Wow, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, they drafted 3 safeties, and they loaded up on a lot of positions. It seems like there's a lot of depth here, but honestly, it's just, I thought they should be here just because of the first 3 picks. Like, obviously, they you can't really mess up because you have that many picks in the first 2 rounds, but it's just like they did what they needed to do, and that's really all that matters.
Trading up was a really good move for Vera Tucker.
Yeah.
Because a lot of teams were calling about that. Saints were calling about that to try to draft Mac Jones for some reason. I can't believe that. Oh my God. You guys, the reaction to Peyton Turner, it would be nothing compared to if we drafted Mac Jones, bro. I am a certified Mac Jones hater. I don't know what it is about him. I hate the way he looks. I hate the way he plays. I just feel like he's going to be like, I hate his face. I hate his pear shape that he has going on. He has a weirder looking body than Tom Brady when he got drafted. Like, it's just, I don't like him. I don't like Alabama. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, if we would have drafted him, I would have died. I'd much rather have Ian Book back there. But yeah, it's everybody, man. That is it. That's our winners and losers from the draft. Let us know what you guys think down below. If you agree, disagree, what teams you would put in there instead. This stuff is always hard. There's so many picks in the draft that, like, like when you start getting into the 6th and 7th round, like, I'm sorry, I don't know who Jimmy Morrissey from Pitt is. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. So me and Jeff specifically can kind of only go off the first like 3 to 4 rounds for our stuff.
Yeah.
So if you guys are more knowledgeable than us, please let us know what you guys think down below. And yeah, we move on. We don't have much to do now. The draft is done. Free agency is kind of boring now. So we're probably going to start moving into some other stuff. We'll do some like...
You said you were going to talk about like ranking each division, possibly.
Yeah, so we're going to do that. So we'll do some like top 10s. We'll talk about our favorite players of all time one of these episodes, just to switch it up a little bit. We'll do as we start to slowly move towards the season a little bit, we'll do in-depth episodes for each division. Like, we'll do an episode just about the NFC South, another one just about the NFC North. Yeah. We'll have some guests on for some of those possibly. But yeah, we move on, and then we move in. Once the season starts, we'll have something to do every weekend, and it'll be a lot easier. We're kind of just pulling stuff out of our butt cheeks right now.
Yeah, we got a lot of ground to cover until preseason.
I'll probably sit down and map out the the schedule a little bit so that we're not so last minute. But we look forward to it, man. Thank you guys for watching, bro. We were talking about this before we started. People like come in our Discords and they're literally like, "Hey, yo, when's the next podcast?"
I don't know
And
how
that's
that
just
makes us
great.
feel, guys.
That's just crazy, bro, because we just kind of thought this was going to be some butt cheeks, but people like it. So we are having a blast. Ultimately, this is going to end up on its own channel. Maybe we'll do that when the season starts or something. But,
Yeah.
you know, because I feel like it's getting lost in the algorithm with us being gamers. So it might actually do better on its own. So we'll figure it out. But we appreciate you guys, man. You have no idea. This is such a project. Like we literally knew that nobody was gonna watch. Like in the grand scheme of YouTube, like nobody's gonna watch this. We're gonna get like 60 views at a time. But one day, bro, one day, and we will. For anybody that's curious, we will put this on like Spotify and stuff. If you don't know how that works, you have to pay like a subscription every month to be able to broadcast your shit onto other stuff. So we're not necessarily in a great position right now to do that. Once the podcast gets on its own channel and can pay for itself on a streaming platform, that's when we would do that. For anybody that's curious about how that works. So once it's like a monetized thing on its own, we can do Apple and Spotify. But for now, it's just a show on YouTube, and hopefully you guys keep enjoying it, smashing the like button. If you do watch it, please smash the like button. It just helps. The more likes, the better. And sub to Jeff. Link in the description. That's my boy. And anything you gotta add?
No, man. I mean, obviously, he's already said it enough, but I just want to thank you guys personally for the support, especially on my channel. Like, I've grown probably like maybe 5 or 10 subs just from doing the show. So, guys, thank you guys for subbing to me. I appreciate that. It helps me grow. But yeah, like he said, I kind of want this to go its own channel, just because I just wanted it to blossom on its own. Like, I don't want it to be a product of one of our channels. I just want to be its own thing. So it makes me excited to think about it, growing and as a channel. And you guys have been doing great support. I'm just obviously, these coming up couple months here. There's dog days of summer. It's gonna get really boring. So guys, if you have any types of ideas, any types of recommendations, please let us know. Because I mean, we do this every week, and there's obviously 4 weeks in a month, and we have 3 months until the NFL season. So obviously, we're gonna run out of content eventually. Hopefully not, but maybe we might. And if we do, we'll look at your stuff, look at the comments, and see what you guys thought about, and then maybe we'll pull something out. So guys, make sure you're doing that, and we appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah,
so that's gonna wrap up our. We're recording this on May 4th, so May the 4th be with you, boys. Yeah, that's our May 5th episode number 7. I'm actually excited that we've gone 7 episodes in a row without being late. We almost were late last week. My computer was struggling, and we didn't get it uploaded until like 11 p.m.
12:01.
Yeah, 11:59.
Barely got it up. Yeah.
But hey, we got it up for the boys.
Consistency is key.
And consistency is key. Consistency is absolutely key. Hey, did you ever watch that Marvel trailer that I told you about?
Nah, bro. But I'm waiting for Loki, though. I'm excited for Loki coming up. Y'all
let me know in the comment section if you watched the trailer about them announcing the next 11 Marvel movies and the titles. That shit got me hype. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But, I mean, dude, we could have if this wasn't an NFL podcast, bro, we could have like 6-hour episode about Marvel for real.
Oh, dude, you say that as I'm wearing a Hulkbuster shirt. Like, I'm ready to talk right now. I mean.
But, I guess we can if you guys want to. Like I said, leave suggestions in the comments. I mean, NFL is about to be dry. If y'all want to talk about Marvel for a minute, we got you. I promise we do. We can go on a tangent. But anyways, that's going to do it for this one, man. Appreciate you guys. Smash the like button, subscribe. And we will catch you guys next. For anybody that's asking in the Discord, it's every Wednesday. So just like, you don't have to ask. It's every single Wednesday. We appreciate you. And that's it. Catch you next time. Peace.
Peace, guys.